on a side note too, and Popper, I don't know if you know what the tally is, but so our boy URP, he is now up to 100 shiny gold Rockit collectibles.
Wow, really?
100.
That's impressive.
Is it not? Yeah, he's been going crazy on acquiring these. He's big onto Sizzle. Sizzle must be big to him in South Africa, but props to URP on that.
Papa's popping and locking. Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Mag's Pinecast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Papa Mag's Pinecast. Mags, we're on episode number 21 already, and it has been 136 days since we've been told it'll be a few weeks until we can get our NFTs off of Tdrop. And guess what?
What?
They're still not able to come off of Tdrop.
Oh man, just broken promise after broken promise.
I think we all need to learn a lesson here, and by all I mean everyone except us. That you don't put numbers on something that you're not guaranteed. You know what I mean? If something's not coming soon, just leave it alone. You know, just surprise us with it when it really is coming.
You've mentioned before. I like how you said it. Maybe I'll get this wrong, but you'd rather under deliver, overperform, or
you under promise and you over deliver.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just surprise us. You know, like when the time comes, surprise us. Don't tell me what's coming and then it's not coming. You know, I hate it in so many different ways. I deal with it in, personal life. It's just like, don't tell me something and then it's something different. Like if you're just like straightforward, if I tell you something, that's what it is. And that's all I'm looking for in return. So
right.
You say a couple weeks, that doesn't mean 136 days to me.
No, it definitely doesn't.
Yeah.
But you could, right. I mean, and that's why, because delays happen. If, I don't, maybe that, I have a feeling they thought they were a lot closer.
And we know crypto is full of delays, but just don't don't even be vague about it. Unless you have it ready and it's ready to go, then you can say, okay, in a few weeks, and then drop a couple days later. And everyone's like, wow, it was supposed to be a few weeks, but it only took 2 days.
Because you're just like, oh man, these guys are doing it.
Now you're a hero.
Set a deadline. Set a deadline that you're gonna do it well before, and then it's like you're a genius. Oh, these guys are so smart.
Yep. All right. So there's your lesson, guys. Hope you learn from it.
And your count. Hey, we're gonna count it again next week, right?
Yeah, I assume so. Yeah, at this point, but we'll see.
All right.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt that this is the week. We'll see how that goes. But speaking of Theta drop, did you see the drop this week? The Pet Collective?
No.
Yeah, me neither. But we did see some things on Tdrop, some good, bad, and ugly. Otherwise, there was a Tigon challenge.
Ooh.
And I got a couple Tigons. I got one of the badges, but this one looked like it was like a big one. You needed all the badges in order to get it.
And they're expensive badges.
They are big time expensive. I took a look to see if it was feasible, and it was going to cost quite a bit to get that one.
Sure.
And I think it was a max of like 36 because the most rare one, I believe, has 36.
Oh, okay.
So they fire up this challenge for this special badge, and guess what?
What?
The badges didn't lock. So, oh man, I mean, shades of the Pine Mudra, you know what I mean? Like, where it's such an important feature, you need all the artifacts for the Mudra, you need all the badges for this one. And a little bit different because on this one, it just immediately the NFTs didn't lock. But with the Mudra, it was like, we knew that they were going to unlock a day early. I know that many people told them it was going to unlock a day early, and yet they just let it happen, and it's just ridiculous.
And then when it happened, then they said, oh, we got to shorten this period down.
Right, after the fact, even though they were told days in advance. which I don't understand.
I think it was the night it happened. I think because they locked for 14 days, and it was supposed to be like it said like I don't know 3 weeks or something or whatever. So if you locked it in there, it was brought up immediately to SPS. Right. And I know SPS and others brought it to Tdrop's attention. And
they did nothing.
They did nothing
until it was too late.
Until it was too late, right?
But at least with this one, I believe that they did take care of it immediately. So hey, there's that.
Can I just say something then? Because
please.
Because like they've had issues. Tdrop's had issues with some of Ivory's jobs, and I know I've kind of brought this on before, but James is the biggest NFT drop Tdrop has. It's the blue chip project, and it was brought to their attention ahead of time, and they did nothing. And then these other drops that are happening, they try to fix them immediately. But I don't know. I don't know if that's a slam on James and Secret Pineapple Society that, hey, our community identified this issue. It was brought to your attention, and you did nothing about it until it became an issue. Versus now, let's fix that. You know what I mean? Like, good that they're fixing it.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know that I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. It's disappointing that happened, but hey, we'll see. But there was other Tigon news this week as well, though. Did you see the article that came out about the staking?
I didn't read it. I did. I'm aware it came out though.
So it's pretty cool because they have the technology now set up that they worked on to do virtual staking. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but the Mystic Gurus have staking right now.
I'm aware.
In order to stake, you realize that you have to send it out of your wallet into a different contract address, right?
Right.
So if you look at your wallet, your Mystic Guru isn't there if it's staking.
Right, and I that makes sense because I was like, hey, there's only 95 people that have. Was it a few weeks ago?
Right. I was like, exactly.
I was on Open Theta and it says Mystic Gurus only has 95 owners. And I'm like, that can't be right. And you're like, they're all being staked. That's just the ones for sale. It's like,
well, no, one of those 95 is the contract for staking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's 95 different wallets that hold them or whatever it is. But with this virtual staking, now they've come up where you can own the wallet and keep it in your account and stake it. So similar to like staking your Theta, right? You can stake it, but you can still own the Theta. It's in your wallet. The Tigon T-Fuel Foundry, I believe it was called, or Fuel Foundry, something like that, came out with it. And, they're just basically, they dropped the Medium article. And guess what? They're waiting on Tdrop to let us get our NFTs off of Tdrop as well before we can implement this. So I believe that they dropped that Medium article to put a little more pressure on the situation.
Well, then I would guess that'd be a large article then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, medium to large. But so speaking of challenges, there was also another Tdrop challenge recently that involved a new feature. Not sure if you saw it, but it was HGH and the Pugs leading the way on it.
No, I have not. Please tell me more.
So this one was for the Earth Elemental, and it incorporated for the first time the burning of an NFT on Tdrop. So basically, you had to have one of those bronze badges that were dropped for the Tdrop staking, or the Tdrop VIPs, and you had to have a legendary or epic pug. And if you burn a badge and you had the other pug, then you earned the Earth Elemental. And it went on. It was just like kind of like a flash drop. And I think 13 or 15 were minted. And something happened where it wasn't working properly. So they took it down. But it is a step in the right direction. I did not get one. I missed it. I know. I've been
rough.
Yeah, I've been going onto the challenge tab every once in a while just to see if if it's back up, because there was talks that it was going to come back up because there were supposed to be 50 of them, but something happened. But it does seem like they are making trends in the right direction to start burning.
Good.
Yeah.
Speaking of burning, there was some other news that I'm burning to tell you. Open Theta, ThetaCon 22 badges. So apparently now there's a contest for a all-inclusive ticket, correct?
I believe it's I think it's a full, like the room and everything, like the full access ticket. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you send your NFT if you don't want it to this burn address, and that's one entry.
Right.
And so there's only 2,400 of these, and some are more expensive than others, you know?
Yeah. I wonder which ones are getting burned.
Right. So, just one more thing, but we're not even there yet, but we are almost there to ThedaCon 2022.
Yeah.
But it just seems like we keep getting news after news. Unfortunately, we were supposed to have ThedaCon 22. Their Theta TV stream was supposed to have, I don't know if you noticed that, Bones Nasty, friend of the podcast. Brian had some internet issues, and he's still working to get fixed. So that was canceled.
I did. All right. This is good news for me, honestly, because
I got my badge, but he was giving badges out. He was on it, but something about, I don't know, like maybe
is he going to be back on?
I believe so.
Oh man, I hope so, because I missed it, and it was like Thursday mid-afternoon. I'm like, all right, ThedaCon tonight, and I forgot what day it was. And I totally missed it. It's not the first time either. I missed the ThedaZilla one too. But yeah, that burns me. And hey, thanks for the heads up though. While because
you usually remind me.
I know, and you never remind me. Thanks.
Well, I figured I'm just gonna do it, and you're letting me, walk for myself now.
Don't figure anything.
Okay. Well, so I think obviously what I'm hearing now is, I know these were limited to the drop, but I think Brian should do one episode where, make it a big episode where you could get all the last ones and then put them in the vault after that. I think everyone needs a chance.
Make people dono, make people dono for it.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they are NFTs, and once you can get them off of Tdrop, these NFTs, you can probably get access to already and put them on your Theta wallet. But
is that working?
Yeah, the Theta wallet works.
Okay.
So you can send NFTs to your Theta wallet and have it there. It takes a little work. You have to look up the contract address and the token ID. But once you do that, you can have the NFT being tracked in your wallet.
So for Open Theta and probably Theta board, but not Tdrop.
Well, no, I'm just talking in general in your Theta wallet, you know what I mean?
Right, but you can't. But what I'm saying is, because you use MetaMask for that, we don't own our wallet so we can't do it on
not on Tdrop. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm getting at, because we can't get
right.
Off.
Yeah, you need to own your wallet to be able to log into it. Absolutely.
Right. So I guess clear as mud on that then.
Yep. Standard.
We talked about burning on Tdrop. We talked about burning on Open Theta. So I want to kind of go back to, just real quick, I don't want to go too much into it, but the Tdrop governance.
Yep, Tdrop.
The Tdrop, right? So anyways, I guess it didn't go through. It got 50 million votes out of 500 million required.
That's impressive, though. 50 million.
Right. So ThedaZilla put something out. I think it was today, and I was reading it. And this is the issue I want to pose. And obviously, we'd love to have ThedaZilla come on to talk more intelligently about it than me or you. But right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's kind of afraid, though. Hey.
Well, but so basically what happens is, once the proposal goes in, if it's not already staked, if the Tdrop's not already staked, then you can't vote for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess Jay came out about it and said it was to stop double votes, to move it or whatever, which I guess makes sense. Yeah. However, I saw the bigger issue. So we had a side conversation about this, I think, in a Discord group where I brought up the fact that, again, and I've brought this up many times on the Pinecast here, that people need to take their Tdrop and stake it, because they're going to earn, and then they're going to be able to vote for proposals like this. right now they're being bought off with cheap NFTs, and and so some of them are fine. And I'd rather just buy them, honestly.
Yeah.
The problem is, so we were talking, and Theta has a huge Theta Labs, right? And Binance, they have a ton of Tdrop, correct?
Yep, they do.
And so they could probably bring it over easy, but there is no incentive for them to do it because they're not buying NFTs off of Tdrop. The people on Tdrop are buying NFTs off Tdrop. I don't know if there's enough even on Tdrop if they could pull it off, but it's supposed to be for people, buying the NFTs, and Theta Labs and Binance and whoever, they're not buying NFTs off of Tdrop. So why would they want to water down their pool? And if they wanted to do something, they could have taken part in the vote. And I think that's telling that they don't want anything to do with it because they don't want to water down their rewards any further. And I just think it's funny because I think it's like they're getting everyone with cheap drops on Tdrop because they have these BS levels. They're basically they're giving people junk. They're getting all these rewards. The people have the power, but they're saying, "Oh, I want to get paid, and I want to be at least a bronze level, and I want to get." Well, we're not going to get any farther with it if they're going to be on there. Honestly, that's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm telling you like I see it. I think that's the issue. They don't want to do anything. They're aware of the situation. Yeah. They're not doing anything about it. They're not voting. They're not doing anything.
Yeah, so the only I'm people definitely disappointed that they're not doing anything about it.
I am too. So I think the people need the power. So if everyone or y'all take it off there, stake it, delegate it to someone, or keep it to yourself for voting purposes, don't delegate it. But when a proposal comes out to actually do that, then we need to do it. I mean, like it was said, what was it, like 400 years or 126 years? Like they're behind.
Yeah, hundreds of years. Yeah,
hundreds of years. Yeah. They're so far behind, and it should be for rewarding people purchasing with T fuel on Tdrop.
So I got a question for you.
Okay.
We're obviously not part of the Theta ecosystem, right?
No, we're adjacent.
We're okay.
Right.
But are we part of the Theta community? Are we part of the community?
Yeah, I would say so.
Is Theta Labs part of the community?
I'm gonna say yeah. Also.
Do you think so?
I think so. You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think that they're separate from the community, and personally.
Separate from the community.
Because the point I'm getting at here is that if you look at the spreadsheet that has been sent around about how the Tdrop is going to be presented to each calculation,
mm-hmm.
There is a percentage for the community airdrops, and Theta Labs is getting a piece of that, but they're also getting a big chunk for the team and everything. So they got chunks that were specifically just for them, and now they're getting a piece of the community's piece.
Okay.
So I don't know that I agree with that.
Well, I mean, you could have thieves in the community, right?
Say that again?
You could have thieves in the community, like they're having their cake and they're eating it too.
Yeah, and they're not and they're not even voting for this to increase our, slave wages on Tdrop.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. They're having it both ways on it.
So I'm disappointed. It's been brought up. No one's saying anything about it. So, here it is. Just take a look. Like, you can take a look at these validator nodes that are Theta Labs. You can check it out. Oh, there's Theta Labs. There's the account number. Look it up. Bang. Look at all the Tdrop in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of millions of Tdrop. So I think it's ridiculous, because if that hadn't gone to them, then maybe it would go to the community members that actually earned it and should be and would vote on this kind of thing to make Tdrop work better, because the Tdrop rewards are junk.
Yeah.
And I don't even know that they're calculating right. But that's a different story.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, we gave opportunity for this to be talked about. So now here we're talking about it more. So there's the news, guys.
Okay.
You didn't know, now you know. And since we're just going hot takes here, I got one for you.
Okay.
So we had a nice guest on this week, and we started talking about ketchup, right?
Sure.
And we've had some hot takes about food and condiments before. I'm curious, what does Magnum use ketchup for?
I use ketchup for French fries, I want to say.
Okay, that's legit.
I think mostly French fries.
What about burgers?
So here's the deal. I was a mustard aficionado growing up.
Okay.
And I put mustard on saltines. I put mustard on.
Are you talking yellow or spicy or
yellow? I mean, I'll have any kind of mustard, but yellow is the
classic. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I honestly didn't have ketchup till I was in college. I
Are
avoided
you serious?
it. I swear to God, because I'm not a fan of tomatoes.
You're like the opposite of everybody.
Of course, I'll eat tomatoes in things, depending on how something's prepared.
In your fruit salad, yeah.
No, but like I like if there's a tomato on my sub, I'm gonna pull it off. I'm not gonna eat it. But if it's chopped up in my taco, I'm gonna eat it. I don't know. But ketchup, I like it. I actually like it a lot. I just for a burger, it's gonna be mustard and barbecue sauce or either or. For a hot dog, it's going to be mustard city. So French fries is the big thing. Occasionally I might put some ketchup on a hamburger, but I can't think of the last time I've done that.
What about popcorn?
Yeah, ketchup on popcorn, that seems like it would be messy. So I'm going to go now.
All right, so you're kind of on my same wavelength here as far as ketchup and usage. Because it seems like to me, like the American way is like ketchup mostly goes on everything until you turn like 13 maybe, and you stop, and then you start realizing that ketchup isn't that good.
I like it. There's not enough.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's not good. There's better. There's a lot of times there's better condiments to be used. So
and that's why I'm not using it. But
yeah.
But ketchup would be like a catch-all though. Like ketchup could go on a lot of stuff, depending on.
It could, but most of that stuff there's better choices. So for me, ketchup is definitely fries. That passes. I'll go burgers. That passes too. And then the one other big one that I enjoy ketchup on is sausage, egg, and cheese on a roll. All right, that's like the New York City classic. Sausage, egg, and cheese on a roll with ketchup, salt, and pepper. I mean, if you're going bagel, no ketchup. If you're going bacon, egg, and cheese, definitely no ketchup. But sausage, egg, and cheese on a roll with ketchup is money. New York City, finest breakfast you can have.
I don't know why you need ketchup on that, but okay.
Dude.
I'm not going to knock it till I try it.
You should try it, man.
Well,
so yeah, that's
we're gonna have to do that. Like you're gonna have to try pineapple on a pizza.
I've tried pineapple on a pizza. Not impressed. From what I hear, I think our Canadian friends might be a little upset with our minimal use of ketchup. I hear it's big in the Canada.
I think it's a different culture. But I'm saying I like ketchup. I just don't like it like you said, there's other options I'd like. But I did not eat ketchup as a kid. So it blew my mind when I first had it. So
That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Because usually it's ketchup as a kid on everything.
Yeah, it was mustard.
All right. So we gotta clear the air here on something. Mr. Pig Viking over here. Okay?
What?
With the help of your friend Matchstick, you have now invaded the pig server, the pig channel on SPS Discord, and I don't think it's right. It was a forcible entry. I don't know, man.
No, so we had Mac on the podcast, and we talked about something similar, and he says it doesn't matter, what the metadata says, because we were talking about that person who has the skull with the T-Fuel floater in the hair, which is amazing, and there's only one like that.
Yeah, but that skull is still a skull, and it is welcome into the skull group. That's, you're talking something totally different here.
Well, what I'm saying is there's a pig room, and like you mentioned, it's the pig Viking. Anyways, I just have to. Okay, whatever. But here's the thing: is the pig Viking stands apart from me. He resides in my wallet, but that guy's got his own. That guy has his own personality, and he is really, you're on his list. It seems like. I don't know if you picked up on that.
Yeah, I've picked up on that, and that's fine because I'm over here standing for truth and justice. Okay, the pig Viking is not a real pig.
Are you Neo? Do you see metadata just floating up and down these zeros and ones? Do you see that, or do you see what's in front of you?
I am very good at making sure that no exceptions take place. And this is an exception, and I'm not going to have it.
It's a pig room. He is the pig Viking. So
not according to the metadata.
Metadata
pink beast. Pink beast
pig.
Equals pig. This guy is not a pink beast. Therefore, he is not a pig. Not welcome. Go to the custom room. Stay in the pig pen, wherever you're holding pen, whatever you're doing.
I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. The pig group gets to chime in at the pig Viking and Mac. We got tossed in a freaking hay bin, and your true king has arrived, and you're treating them like garbage. So I don't think that's going to play well. I don't think it's going to play like the way you think it's going to play. Why would James make the pig Viking if he was not the leader of the pigs? And if you say he doesn't belong there,
he is a great custom pine that belongs in the custom room. He is welcome over there.
Well,
just like the child.
All right. Well, I'd like to hear what everyone else thinks about this. Like I've mentioned before, my opinion changed on it. Metadata, I don't think metadata is the end all and be all. I think you got to use your mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of custom pineapples, how about it? Yes. Everybody see this? The pumpkin apple?
Oh, yeah.
Bro. I'm pretty sure. So listen, there's been like a lot of people talking trash about SPS, right? We all know that.
Sure.
I'm thinking at this point that this ship has turned and it is heading in the right direction, and it is evident that it is, because this is exactly more of what we need in here. We're getting some communication, and now we're all getting the opportunity to win the pumpkin apple. How sick is that?
That is awesome, and it's nice that Secret Pineapple Society is doing another challenge after I destroyed the last one in under an hour. So this one seems like it's there's a better pace to it. Gives people time to check their pineapples.
Yeah, this one is guaranteed to last until what? October 26th. You have to have your submissions in by.
And the winner announced on Halloween, October 31st.
Winner announced on Halloween, yeah. So it looks like you just have to dress up your pineapple in a costume. And there's a couple of pieces of this that I think is really cool besides the actual pumpkin pineapple that you're winning, right? You get to enter once per pine. So if you're a baller and you got 100 and however many pines, you want to put the time in, you can have 100 entries into this thing. So that's pretty cool. And then also what I think is pretty neat is that if you own a mudra, then you get a chance to participate in the vote on this. That's pretty good. Cool.
Well, yeah, it's engaging different parts of the community. Well, I think it's engaging every part of the community, but
100%. Yeah, everybody. If you got one pine, you got an entry into this thing.
Yes. Yep. Anyone could win this. It's Cinderella at the ball, right?
It is.
Yeah. So the submissions need to be put into the Discord in the Halloween art contest.
Yep. Exactly. So you dress them up in a costume and then bang. Like that's.
I got a feeling we'll be seeing them on Twitter as well, though. I just have a hunch.
Yeah. No, for sure. Definitely. I think that this is awesome. This is, the community engagement that we need. We know there's work going on. We got the Nemesis coming. It's like things have kind of starting to pick up in Secret Pineapple Land. It's very exciting.
Definitely. For our international listeners out there, it's American Halloween is October 31st. I don't know if everyone celebrates, so
Yeah, but you have to have your entry in by October 26th. So that's the main date to keep in mind. Don't wait till the last minute. Get these things done. Get them in there. Everyone can participate. Let's light up the boards here. Give those mudras something to really work on here. Very cool. And if if anyone has an opportunity to enter, they shouldn't be arguing or shouldn't be whining about anything either. Here's your chance to win a sick pineapple. Thing looks pretty cool, honestly.
It's freaking awesome. Oh, it's great.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of like the what's that? The Sleepy Hollow.
The Headless Horseman.
Yeah, his head, right?
Right.
So yeah, no, I'm excited about that. Can't wait to see some of the entries. I'm sure there's going to be some top-notch ones. So don't let me down, guys.
Yeah, make it hard on the voters.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. What else happened this week? You got anything else?
No, I mean, I don't want to pine everyone to death, but so did you see I got another can the other day?
Yeah. It's like you open up a custom, you get a custom for opening a custom, and yet you're still out here buying cans. Like, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
For the love of the game. For the love of the game.
Did you see what I got though?
No, please tell me. What did you get? A floor, probably, right?
Well, I mean, it's a floor. If it's the florist of the Theta Guardians.
You got a floor guardian.
I got a floor guardian, and I was looking at Tdrop rarity for the pines, and so there's 15 of these things, and I sorted from high to low, and the 5 least rare are all messy gray hair.
All right.
So
are both of yours messy gray hair?
No, my other one's got a T-Fuel hat, which is pretty sick.
Oh, nice.
No big deal,
2 guardians, all the pins,
all the pins,
customs,
4 customs. Yeah, I mean, you had a 2 custom lead on me back early February, and then and man, I just went to town. 42, just like that, in a matter of days.
Hey, just like the Rangers in the playoffs. 2-0 lead on the Lightning, and then bam, gone.
Oof, too soon for you, huh?
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. There's always next year.
Yeah, you get them next year.
All right, man. Well, hey, listen, good time as always. Always plenty to talk about. I'm sure there's more, but we got a nice, interesting conversation coming up for everyone. We got to speak with Sizzle Dev. He
is the man behind Sizzle Popcorn.
Yeah, he's not the developer. He's not Sizzle developer.
No.
He is Dev. His name is Dev, and he knows everything about popcorn. And we had a great time talking to him, and we learned a lot. And he's got
he's got a lot of kernels of wisdom to share.
Yeah, a few popcorn nuggets for us too.
Yeah, it's pop secret, guys.
That it is. And that is coming up
after these messages.
This week's episode is brought to you by Sizzle Popcorn. Visit them at sizzlepopcorn.com and grab some popcorn in your choice of flavor. Lightly salted, cheddar, maple syrup, salt and vinegar, Mexican chili, and even ketchup? Is that serious? The perfect snack for gamers, streamers, and everyone earning our play at rewarded.tv. Also take a look on Tdrop.com to find their NFTs.
Papa Max Podcast.
Ladies and gentle pines, tonight we bring to you a big-time interview. But before we pop right into it, I'd like to talk to my friend Popper, who's a little lightly salted. So, Sheriff, hold back and don't go all salt and vinegar, which is what you do when you fall behind and then you have to play catch up. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Pines, it's not as chilly in Mexico as it is in the Northeast. But without further ado, let me bring to you the big cheddar himself. Pour some maple syrup on it for none other than Sizzle Dev from Sizzle Popcorn. Sizzle Dev, how's it going? Welcome to the Pinecast.
Thank you so much, Mag. That was awesome, by the way. I love what you did there.
Of course.
I'm so happy to be here.
That's awesome. So and he hit a bunch of the all the flavors here. I was actually just on your Discord a little bit ago, and I noticed like you pick your own flavor, like whatever flavor you want. And I hadn't realized that the Mexican chili was one. I went with that.
Good choice. I mean, yeah, it's one of the more underrated flavors. People usually go for like the cheddar, the maple, or even the ketchup one. Those are like the top three. And then we have like our sleeper flavors, which is Mexican chili, of course, salt and vinegar, and then lightly salted, which is like the OG. If it wasn't for that one, there wouldn't be any other flavor. So yeah, it's kind of like a dark horse, you could say.
So it all started with lightly salted.
Yeah, I mean, because lightly salted is the base flavor. So all of our flavors start off as lightly salted, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then we add seasoning to that.
Very cool, man. So I mean, I got so many questions. I mean, how does a popcorn company end up with Theta?
Yeah, could sum it up in like a little sentence: the power of Twitter. That's like
yes.
Yeah, Twitter is an incredible platform. I could attest like so much success and so much awareness to Sizzle Popcorn because of Twitter alone. In particular, like more specifically, why or how did we get involved with Theta? Again, Twitter is a great place. One of our former affiliates, I won't name drop anyone, but they were interacting on the timeline, and I'm sure I could say his name, Kyle Laffey.
Oh yeah,
he was like
Kyle.
He was like the head partnership manager at the time. I believe he still is, but I think he actually expanded his role a little. Shout out to Kyle. He actually spotted the tweet that included Sizzle Popcorn, and then he started interacting, and then, he hit us up on the timeline. We got to talking, and then, we set up a meeting, we set up a call, and I told him all about what we're doing, what we're trying to do, and like the whole mission behind Sizzle, that we want to be like the popcorn of the internet, popcorn of internet entertainment, basically.
Yeah.
And I mean, upon saying that, he was kind of convinced, on about the idea and the brand and like whatever we're working on and working towards. This is 2 years ago, by the way, of like March 2020, April 2020, something like that. So it's been a while.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So before Tdrop. Yeah.
Yeah, well before Tdrop. Yeah, we're talking over 2 years ago now. So it's been a long while, and when we were done the call, he's like, "Okay, I'm in if you're in," and I said, "Sure, yeah, let's do it." And we Sizzle Popcorn became a brand partner of Theta, and it's been history ever since.
Wow. So did this start with Theta TV?
Yeah, Theta TV, exactly. This was a Theta TV thing.
Oh, cool.
And we weren't even on Theta shop yet, because I don't think the shop was even built at the time. And then, fast forward a few months, we got featured on the shop. And then fast forward once again, Tdrop, came to life. And a few months after it did, we created our own collection, and we did a drop last October.
Yeah.
It was October 2021. But yeah, this all started with Theta TV. We're like, we had like a brand slot. We ran some like ads, during streams or before anyone's stream, and that's what kind of brought the awareness to the partnership between Theta TV and Sizzle Popcorn, and it's been nothing but spectacular so far.
That's awesome. I had a question from an admirer of yours.
Sure.
And he said, is what you're doing similar? Do you feel like it's similar to what G Fuel has done, targeting the games and streamers, and even the branding style and colors are similar? And he was just curious if there was any link between yourselves and G Fuel.
I could say right away, there's no link whatsoever between Sizzle and G Fuel. I know that a lot of people think that there is, or think that we may be working with them, or or that we started the brand, with inspiration. Of course, they're the you could say no matter what what goes on with G Fuel, they're still the leaders in the space. I think. They're the Goliath. In a way, yeah, we did start off by targeting gamers, streamers, content creators. Yeah, but I think it goes a little deeper than that. It's also a lot about content creation, so like YouTube and videos and streaming videos like that, instead of just like gamers and esports. It's sort of like evolved into a more of a, I guess, pastime snack when you're on YouTube or watching streams. Uh, of course, it's still for gamers, but I don't think limiting what we do, or who we cater to, should just be gamers. We're really
Sure.
we're really expanding into the other areas of like entertainment online. So this thing with Theta that we got going on, we actually we actually partnered up with Linus Tech Tips, Linus Media Group. We do a bunch of like product promotion through them on their YouTube channels. I'm allowed to say that because it's public. You could go watch their videos anyway. So it's really it's not something I can't say.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's just different avenues, I'd say, of being like not really, putting ourselves in a box of where we show up as a product or as a brand or as a community. It's really everywhere that just makes sense on the internet.
So how did the popcorn passion start? Like how did you get to where you are now in the popcorn world?
Yeah, great question. So I could roll it back a little bit of years. This actually is a family, sort of like a family story, which is kind of cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So I grew up in Montreal. I actually still live here in Montreal, Canada. Sizzle Popcorn's base is a Canadian company, by the way, for those of you that didn't know. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
I did know that just because on your website it says free shipping over like 34 CAD, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Exactly. Okay, so you knew that. The story of how I got into popcorn, as I mentioned, it's a bit of a family story. So in Montreal, there's a main street downtown. It's called Saint Laurent Boulevard. I don't know if anybody knows that, or if you've been to Montreal. It's like a very famous street. They had a store there for about 45 years, and I could say about 7 or 8 years ago, I was in the basement of that store and I saw a very old popcorn machine in the basement. And for some reason, I was just always so intrigued by the machine. I was never able to use it because it was old and rusty and broken, and it just didn't work. So it actually inspired me to get my own little machine and start making popcorn, experimenting, and actually selling it at a street sale that takes place there every year. So I just did that like for fun on the side, and over the years, I just sort of developed like a more of an interest in popcorn itself, and it's just like it's not just a snack you eat at the movies. That there's so much more to popcorn than people realize. And I guess through the years, I actually started renting popcorn machines, to local events. People actually like reach out and rent machines, and that translated to people talking about how good it was, because I actually created my own recipe of Sizzle popcorn, and that's when Sizzle popcorn came to life through doing events locally, and people asked if they could buy it anywhere if it was packaged up. At the time, it wasn't, and I wasn't even considering doing that. Again, through doing events, it sort of inspired me based on people's requests to explore, I guess you could say, building a product and building a brand, which I've never done before. But I thought to myself, how hard could it be? Little did I know it's very hard. Yeah, and so I guess 2019. This is like speeding up the time about 6 years. 2019, I decided to go for it. I linked up with a brand designer, and we came up with an entire just like brand identity for Sizzle Popcorn, what demographic we wanted to, I guess cater to, sell our popcorn to, which market we wanted to be a part of. And we came up with, again, the whole concept, the design, the feeling, you name it. Rockit was designed and came to life as well. And yeah, and then, it took about a year actually for everything to come together and build properly. And then we officially launched in 2020. And ever since then, we've just been building and growing our community and finding our path, and I guess carving out a new niche, because like I haven't seen anyone do this before, and it's something that we're really creating from ground zero. Popcorn for the internet, popcorn for content creation, and now popcorn for Web3, which again, no one in the world is doing that. So we're really a first mover here.
So I'm curious. The store that your parents had, that wasn't a popcorn store.
No, it wasn't. It was a kitchen store. Yeah, they sold like kitchen items.
Oh, okay.
It was still food related, but it had nothing to do with popcorn.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So the Rockit, what would you call it?
Mascot, our mascot.
Yeah, the mascot. Yeah. So his name is Rockit.
Exactly, Rockit. Yeah. Rockit.
Oh, I thought it was Rokkit on the NFT. Yeah. Is that wrong?
Yeah, that's wrong. That's a bit of a typo, but it actually looks kind of cool. The double K looks kind of cool.
So where did so you said the company that you hired came up with Rockit, or you had a hand in that as well?
No, I didn't even ever think of actually creating that, and it wasn't a company. It was just an individual, like, freelancer.
Oh, okay.
That we worked with.
So what does Sizzle Popcorn look like right now? Like, do you have a storefront that you're in, or is like where are you bagging all this popcorn?
Yeah, actually, no, that you got it. Yeah, we're basically in a storefront right now with a kitchen. We have our own kitchen.
Okay.
Storage, we have storage space, warehousing space. It was actually, we started off being home based at the beginning.
Yeah.
But we've expanded to our own facility, which is amazing. And all this in 2 years, starting the brand from scratch, basically.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and we're really rolling. It's been amazing.
So what does the storefront look like? Like a popcorn bar, kind of?
No, I wouldn't. No, it's not really a popcorn bar. It's no walk-ins, so we don't accept anybody walking in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's strictly online and wholesale. So if we have shops that want to order like larger orders, we do that as well. We ship out, but mostly it's direct to consumer. So we're just using the space as a warehousing and like a workshop, you could say. Basically, it's like a cloud store. You can only buy it online, and you can't go in or see anything. No, that's not the way.
So I'm very curious. I mean, I understand like cheddar popcorn. Like, obviously, that's just a delicious combination. I've had that many times.
Okay, yeah.
But ketchup? How'd you come up with ketchup?
Good old Canada.
Ketchup's big in Canada?
It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have ketchup chips. We had ketchup Doritos for a little while. I don't know if that's a thing anymore, but it's just a staple. It's just you put that on everything. So I figured, why not do a ketchup popcorn, and it works.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely have never tried that. I mean, ketchup's great on burgers for me, but my kids tend to put it on everything, and then as you get older, I put on less and less. But
right.
That's a whole different story. But I mean, I would definitely give it a try. Maple syrup, that sounds pretty good as well.
It is.
So how did the drop end up being those three? You left off kind of your main one there, the lightly salted.
Yeah, that was you know what? It was just part of like a conversation with the Theta team. They it was they sort of popped off some some flavors, and I didn't really object to what they said. I just kind of went with it, and it was more.
They made the choices.
Yeah, they really they influenced the choices. I didn't really want to like say no or whatever. I was just excited to do the drop, and whatever it was, I said yeah. But and then they mentioned, and they said in the future, you never know, maybe if you do a future drop, you can use the other flavors. So that might be something we're going to do too.
Cool. And I noticed that, obviously with the drop, it came out as like a mystery box, right?
Yeah.
And you got either ketchup, cheddar, or maple syrup. You got an actual bag of popcorn, or was it more than one bag?
It was it was a
3-pack.
It was a 12
pack.
Yeah,
12-pack.
Yeah, you get 12 bags of popcorn.
12-pack, and then you got a hoodie as well.
Yeah.
And you got a collectible. So were these hoodies designed for this NFT drop? Because I see on your website you got hoodies for all the different flavors.
Yeah, exactly. The NFT hoodies were designed strictly for the drop, and you cannot buy them if you don't own one of the NFTs and burn it to redeem the hoodie and get a code so that you can actually purchase it and have the real life hoodie like shipped to you. So you need to buy one of the NFTs to get one of the hoodies, and there's a limited supply of those. I think there's only about 33 of them
33
total.
of each.
Yeah, of each, exactly. They're in short supply.
So somebody can't go on the website and order a cheddar hoodie?
They can, but they can't get the NFT cheddar hoodie just like that. You need to buy one of the NFTs and burn it actually to get one of those.
Oh wait, so that's a little bit different than the one you have on the website? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's different.
Oh.
Yeah, the NFT hoodies have the actual like Rockit character on the chest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the ones on our website, anyone can just buy those.
Gotcha. I didn't pick up on that difference when I was taking a look. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dev, what's next for Sizzle Popcorn?
What's next? I mean, more kind of continuing building, for sure. That's always like, number one. We want to be able to scale properly and make sure everything's clean and processes are better and just getting the business to a better place operationally. This way we have the ability to scale. So more of that. Dropping new products also is a priority for us. We haven't dropped a flavor this year. It's with the transition to our new space and everything, I wanted to just like slow things down a little, make sure that we're in a good position to actually do that, and add a seventh flavor, which it's no small task to do 7 flavors of a product, especially if we're producing everything in house. So it's just like I guess adding some more support beams to what we're already doing to have a solid base in terms of operations, and then grow from there. But along with that, I personally love the whole Theta ecosystem and just like where everything's heading with Web3 and entertainment and video streaming and all the NFT stuff and Tdrop. It's just like the possibilities and the potential is endless, I think. And I'm really focused on building in that ecosystem, getting, being a big part of the Web3 movement that there is going on. And I think, since we're already working with Theta, and I know everyone at Theta and the community is amazing, and it's just like, it's all about building over there. I think it's one of the best platforms to be building on right now. And that's really like the vision moving forward. We want to be like the leader in that sort of aspect when it comes to the future of the internet and entertainment and snacking. And I think Sizzle is that brand. So I'm thinking in terms of like 5 years, if you were to, start a company like this in 2027, what would that look like? Where would you build it? How would you do it? I don't think you'd be necessarily, opening up a Shopify store right away, or maybe you would, but in my opinion, I think you go more the I guess you could say the crypto route. I don't know if in 5 years we'll be saying that, but I'm going to say that the blockchain crypto route, more decentralized, where you're in control of your own economy, of your own, customers. You have, access to a brand. You sort of like stay independent from relying on like retailers, and there's just so much that goes into it. But again, if you were going to open up a company like this in 5 years, in 2027, I think you'd be building on the blockchain. So that's what we're doing.
You're like the first to market with this, at least with the popcorn and the blockchain. It's kind of a weird mix.
Yeah, I mean, it is a weird mix because it's so early, right? And you haven't like I haven't heard of this before, so it's definitely a futuristic type of idea, and it's you could some would say it's pretty far fetched, and it just doesn't make sense. But I think it doesn't make sense, or some people would say it doesn't make sense because they don't get it fully. But I more or less get it. I know where it's heading. I could see it, and you know what? It's all about creating it, because it's not there. So I'm definitely, I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect right away, or I'm not going to, you know, it's not going to be like the I guess the mecca of what it will be in the future, but it's a start. And I think that that's where companies are gonna be heading. They're gonna have to integrate some form of blockchain, decentralized, functionality within their brand, or if supporting their consumer packaged good. And I believe that that's just where we're gonna have to go. So why not start now?
Sure.
Yeah.
So just a couple things. So shame on me. So I've been to the website to look at the popcorn, and I've almost pulled the trigger a couple times, and I'm definitely pulling the trigger tonight.
Okay.
So, well, it's what I get like I see something or something else pops up, and I just like I kind of forget what I'm doing. I'm just a
right.
I don't know. I'm a fire. I don't know what I am. But
nobody does.
No one does.
Nobody does.
No,
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But no, it's not a reflection on you. Like the packaging itself is just stunning.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Like I could see that. I could see it. I don't know if that's something possibly in the future, like just like a retail.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
But it looks like it's definitely catchy, and from all the reviews I've seen, it's great. So I'm sure it's as good as advertised. On a side note too, in Popper, I don't know if you know what the tally is, but so our boy URP, right? He is now up to 100 shiny gold Rockit collectibles.
Wow, really?
100.
That's impressive.
Is it not? Yeah, he's been going crazy on acquiring these. He's big onto Sizzle. Sizzle must be big to him in South Africa, but props to URP on that.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So don't know if you knew that. I didn't. Just had to mention that.
I did not know that. That's amazing. Shout out to URP.
I can't remember what he had his name as earlier, like Sizzle Dizzle or something.
Well,
something
yeah.
like
Now it's popcorn is the shizzle. And it says, and it's right. You know how like, and Dev, you know how on Tdrop there's like, I don't know why it's like this, why there's like two names. Yeah. There's like a username and then there's this @ name, and they don't have to be the same.
Okay.
But that's neither there or here. But his @ name is Corn Pop is a bad dude.
Corn Pop, a bad dude. Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know what the heck's going on with him, but that's how he presents himself. We never know what's going on with him.
Amazing. I love it. He's a super Sizzle fan.
Big time.
Yeah.
Megs, what flavor are you getting?
I got it. I'm gonna go at least 2, but it's definitely gonna be maple and ketchup.
Oh, you're gonna love them.
Yeah, and I might splurge, but the Mexican chili. The Mexican chili looks good. I was online tonight watching reviews of it, and it's just like, oh man, why do I not have this?
Yeah.
So I definitely am gonna dive into that, and maybe I'll challenge URP for the most of these golden Rockit collectibles.
Imagine. I mean, there's enough of them. I think there's about 1,700 of them, so he has a long way to go to get all of them.
1716. That's a big share.
Yeah. It's a big share for sure. Yeah, he has just under 10% of the whole supply.
So, can I throw out there a 7th flavor option of doing something with some pineapple?
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
How would that go? I mean, you already have Mexican chili.
Yeah.
So I was gonna initially say like pineapple habanero, but I don't know if you want to go double spicy, but.
Right.
I think a pineapple combo here would
Sheriff, don't quit your day job.
Does pineapple go on popcorn?
Does ketchup?
Oh, got me there. Yeah, it does. It does.
I got nothing to say. My God.
Yeah, you got nothing to say. I mean, look, it would be possible to actually get a pineapple flavoring. Like I would know how to.
Yeah, I'm not saying like actual like pieces of like luscious, juicy pineapple.
No, of course.
No, that's a tragedy to both pineapple and popcorn.
Yeah,
but like you said, like a pineapple like powder flavoring of exactly.
Yeah, that's fully possible.
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
So you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but we had a little bit of interaction with you maybe about a month ago.
Okay.
When Magnum threw on me the fact that there's this. Have you ever heard of God Mode Unlocked?
God Mode Unlocked. I mean, in general terms, yes.
The podcast?
No, I have not.
Because you are part of the Theta ecosystem.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
And God Mode Unlocked is as well, and they're right next to you. So I had made this post wondering why they were part of the ecosystem, and you chimed on. You're like, oh, look, there's Sizzle right there. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that. Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember that. That was me. Yes, of course. I remember that.
So I just thought that was kind of funny. And I'm curious. Obviously, it seems like your roots go back pretty far with Theta. But also on your website, it seems you have Theta TV embedded in there somehow.
Yeah, we do. That was like one of the first things that we did with them. I forgot to mention that. I totally forgot that was there, actually. It's under the entertainment tab, I think, or the stream tab. One of those
streams, I think.
Yeah, streams. So that was the deal. We had to have the Theta embed on the site if we wanted to be partnered with them. And I said, yeah, for sure, let's do it. So that was like the part, like the crucial part of the deal, basically. And you know, and we're a partner as long as that stays there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and
just like God Mode Unlocked.
Yeah, God, exactly.
As long as they renew their domain name.
Yeah. Oh wow, I can't believe that actually happened.
And just for clarification, in that post exchange, whatever, God Mode Unlocked or the guy behind God Mode Unlocked or one of the people, I don't know.
Yeah.
He came out
formerly known as.
Right. He says, yeah, we haven't done that in a while. And it was January 2021 was the last time they had a podcast.
Right.
So
that's a long
I thought that was pretty
He's
funny.
doing something else now.
But,
yeah.
But the main takeaway, which a lot of people agreed, and we're glad you chimed in, was Sizzle Popcorn. So that's the main takeaway from that post.
Okay. Yeah. You see that's where people's attention is at right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so shiny that the Rockit is he brings you in and the popcorn sells itself, I think.
Yeah, so. Exactly. It's all about visuals.
Pretty cool to see Rockit as part of this new Theta Unchained collection as well.
Yeah, you know what? It actually was. I didn't even know that was happening. Like I wasn't made aware that they were actually going to create demon versions of their NFT inspired by Rockit. It was a surprise to me too.
Were you okay with it?
I mean, I would have loved the royalty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed, that could be a touchy subject.
Yeah, it can, because people are profiting off of Rockit's face, basically.
Yeah, and
they are.
And the connection just keeps growing stronger because URP is his rooster is also one of those, Sheriff.
That is correct, yeah.
What?
Full circle.
His
rooster.
So URP dates back to the Reddit days where they assigned these random names, and he ended up with unhappy rooster porn, URP. So his PFP has always been this like rooster.
Okay.
And they took the rooster, and you can see that the Theta Unchained includes these roosters as well.
No way. Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So he's really in it. He's in the thick of it then.
Oh yeah, no, he's big time.
Okay.
He was like,
I don't know,
one of the big Reddit guys. Yeah, he's been around for a while.
So he's been around since Sliver.
Probably, yeah.
When before it was Theta.
Yeah, before it was Theta TV. He was definitely around back when Reddit was big, which at this point, what was that like? I remember going on like 2017, 2018 to Reddit, but not much lately.
Yeah, really no. I mean, it's still a pretty big platform. If we think about it, Reddit's huge.
Yeah, they changed a lot though. I mean, now you got to like sign in and stuff. It's like,
it's not public. It's not public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you got going on that you want to let us know about?
Yeah. I mean, as I said, we're building. We're building on Theta. I don't know if this is what you were going to get into, or if we're going to get into this after, or if there was like anything before.
Take it where you want to go.
Take it where I want to go. Okay. Yeah. Sure. So Yeah, the reason why, I guess I'll start from like the simple point. The reason why there's the Sizzle Rockit NFT Twitter account, it's not just to promote the drop that we did last year. If that was the case, I would have started tweeting from the account last year. But I only recently like got it ramped up like around May, June, because the intention is to actually build something new and do a new drop coming soon, which
Cool.
It's being worked on, and I'm not afraid to tell anyone that or say that it's being worked on, because I think we need to be more or less transparent when it comes to these things. I think that's just like the way to do it, these days with Web3. You just got to be as open as possible. You got
100%.
Yeah, you got to tell it. You got to tell it all.
Yeah, and Dev, just like your popcorn, it's transparent. You can see it. So
yeah,
you're on brand, very on brand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We got to be fully open with this, because people need to trust the project. If they're going to be putting money up, if they're going to be investing in the project, I think they need to know exactly what's going on from day one, and they need to be a part of the build, right? They can't just like go into it cold and not really know anything about it, or know myself, or just know like the mission behind what we're doing or the goal of the project. I think we need to lay it all out there, and basically what I envision is kind of what I mentioned earlier about, if we're building 5 years from now, what would that look like? So I'm calling it the Rockit Central singular economy project, basically, where it's going to be this, like, picture a sphere, okay? And to get into this sphere, you need to own one of the NFTs that we're going to be dropping, and they're going to be really sick. I actually have some of the designs already. One, like, you could get an idea of what it would look like by just looking at our profile picture on Twitter right now, the Sizzle Rockit NFT. You'll get a good idea of what they're going to look like. So yeah, just I guess to continue, there's this sphere, okay, and within the sphere, we're going to be building a self-sustaining, hopefully, economy that runs on the buying and selling or trading of popcorn and popcorn-related products, with our very own token as well. That's going to help power this economy. The token may not come out right away, but we want to, we want to like measure. I guess get the temperature of like the community, and like what people are what people want, what they're gonna want to see, what they're gonna want to do, the excitement behind it, and if it's a viable idea, which I think it is, because anything's buildable if you have the right plan, if you have the right people, if you have the right developers. Yeah. So basically, it's like I said, it's going to be a self-reliant economy, where it's going to involve both physical and digital aspects. So the physical, of course, is going to be the popcorn,
Sure.
and everything else related to the brand and Sizzle as a whole. And then there's the digital aspect, where I think they both fuse together to create one workable economy, ecosystem, whatever you want to call it, an L2 protocol, where it's just going to be like an extension of Sizzle Popcorn, but built on the blockchain, and supported by Theta, and in that entertainment space. And I think Theta is the Web3 entertainment leader. So what better place to be than in that ecosystem as a popcorn, popcorn entertainment. It just goes hand in hand. So it just makes too much sense. And I think like being a part of that ecosystem, and being able to just build something that's self-sustaining, and not necessarily having to rely on any retail outlets or anything outside of that economy, it's just the way of the future, I think. Because, like, again, as a brand, you need to own your customers, or I'm talking like today, in today's day and age, people say own your customers, own your contacts, like if you're talking about like emails or SMS,
yep.
marketing or things like that. That's like a very Web 2 thing. But when we're talking Web 3, you want your customers to own a part of your business, and give them the opportunity to be there or not, and possibly be able to profit off of it. And you know what, guys, I actually wrote a whole white paper on this. It's about 7 pages long. It details every aspect of like what is going to actually go into this, and how it's going to look, and there's a bunch of there's tokenomics also, for the token that we plan on dropping. I don't know if I want to say the number of tokens yet, just because I don't want to set the expectation, but there will be a token. There will be a token.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything that is not set in stone yet.
It's not set in stone, so I don't want to set the bar right now, but I could say there will be a token because nobody knows what that's going to look like, really. Just overall, I think like I said, I think I summed it up pretty well. It's going to be a self-sustaining singular economy that revolves around Sizzle Popcorn and is an extension of the existing brand built on the blockchain, in the Theta network, in the Theta ecosystem. And I think, the more that this ecosystem builds, there's going to be more companies and more projects popping up. And it's just going to create this entire network of, you could say, protocols / companies built within the ecosystem. And you'll be able to actually migrate from one to the other, buying and selling NFTs, swapping tokens, and all that is just going to be part of a larger, you could say, brain when it comes to the network. And I don't know if you could tell if I thought this through or not, but I really have thought it through.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So when you say Web3, as far as popcorn goes, I understand it as far as my the Sheriff Popper pineapple, or the Magnum PI pineapple. We're planning on being able to use these as they are our characters in a metaverse, and that's kind of how I see Web3. I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding how does the popcorn fit into that? Are you going to be turning the Rockit into different characters? Is this going to be some kind of a drop of characters, or are these mostly redeemable drops again?
No, it's not going to be a redeemable drop this time. We're most likely going to do a generative drop.
Okay.
So you're going to get your Rockit character, and it'll give you access to this. You could say I didn't put this word in, but it's going to be sort of like a marketplace where you'll have different roles, where you'll have a buyer role, you'll have a seller role, and you'll have and the seller role will be able to buy as well. So there'll be a seller / buyer role. Then there will only be a buyer role. Now, I don't know if I want to attribute which role will go for which NFT right away. Just because I want to make sure that we're set on that.
Understood.
But it's not going to be maybe it'll translate to this in the future, but I don't right now. Metaverse is not in the plans. It's not in the white paper. I have no mention of that. I think we need to start off simple before we jump to metaverse. I know it's very exciting and everyone's
I don't think it's anything that needs to be jumped into. So this is more of a platform that is going to be created.
Exactly.
Almost like a virtual. I'm not even sure. Is there going to be get involved?
No.
What's the use of the token? The token is to buy product.
Buy, sell product. If you hold a certain number of tokens, let's say, you get to be able to you'll be able to, let's say, buy purchase a buyer's or a seller's NFT. I don't know exactly how it's gonna all be laid out there, but I'm thinking we do there needs to be sort of a threshold where this is just one of the functions of the token, where if you hold an X number of a minimum number of tokens, you get to be able to be a seller. Basically, you need to show that you're vested enough in the platform, in the ecosystem, or in our economy to actually be able to own one of those seller NFTs and profit even further.
Okay. Yeah, Sheriff. Yeah, these guys go from lightly. You don't go to ketchup right away. You start at lightly salted.
Yeah.
Then you move your way up to these more complicated things.
Exactly.
So that's Sizzle's approach. I like it.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to be a leader in our economy, right? The point of economy is to, I guess, gather as many resources as possible, gather as many assets as possible. That's in my eyes, the purpose of an economy is just to obviously get things rolling and sustain life and all that. But I guess when you break it down simply, it's revenue generation, wealth building, asset owning. That's, it's capitalism at the end of the day. But like an economy needs all those things. It needs resources. It needs goods and services to sell and buy. So like all of those things will be a part of this singular economy. Just think of it as like an entire economy of like the global economy or countrywide economy, just shrunken down into this like niche revolving around popcorn, basically, where nothing else is there. It's just popcorn related products. People that love popcorn, that love Sizzle, that love the art, love the asset, want to be a part of like this economy, possibly profit off of it, get access to products not available on a regular website. And it's just like beneficial all around. I mean, it's going to be an experience, a shopping experience that's just like super evolved from like today's ways.
Very interesting. Yeah. No, just kind of curious because on my mind a lot lately has been Imagine Replay, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, I love.
You familiar?
Guys. Yeah,
okay.
I love what they're doing.
I mean, you guys, they're streaming movies, and you got the popcorn. There's something to it. You know what I mean?
I mean, we may have spoken, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. We may have spoken.
All right, cool.
But yeah, Imagine Replay. They do a lot of indie films. They're really that. I think one of like I said, one of the first. In the they get it. Entertainment's going that route, so they're like the first ones, and they're doing it pretty nicely, I think. Yeah, they have a good thing going on for sure. Like they got to start somewhere. It's not perfect, but I think as they go, it's going to get better and better.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Like they're still beta mode, right? So no, it works. They have partnerships with Roku. I think Fire TV. Like they're going pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. I think they just had a post today that they were averaging about 5,000 hours of streaming, I believe, a day. To now, in the last 6 days, it's up to 35,000.
Wow. See, that's amazing.
So they're really catching on big time.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. People are realizing the power of earning as you watch and earn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, watch and earn.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't want to do that?
And eat popcorn while you're doing it.
Yeah. Wow. It makes too much sense. See, it makes way too much sense. That's just where we're heading, and it's evident right away.
Just on a business side, out of curiosity, do you have like a subscription model that you do?
No, we don't. We don't right now. That was the reason for that is production capacity, production limits. We don't want to promise that we could ship out packages per month and not actually be able to do it. So no, that's not a thing right now. It's something that I definitely do want to do. I just need to make sure that, as the owner of the company, like that we could actually do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really why we haven't yet.
Because I think that would work, as far as from the consumer standpoint, like, get whatever, a 12-pack of these every 3 months or whatever it is. And just, you got it on auto bill and then bang, shows up every 3 months.
Yeah. I didn't even think about the 3-month thing. I was thinking more of like a monthly thing, but the 3 months
you could do monthly. Yeah. I mean, people do. I tend to get like a larger quantity and then not get as many deliveries.
Right. So the 3-month thing actually kind of makes sense.
You're welcome to take that if you'd like.
Okay, great. I mean, if I owe you any royalties or anything.
No, please. No. They'd already took yours with the. Well, actually, it was actually Theta that took them. So
yeah.
Speaking of Theta, are you gonna be a part of it?
No, I won't. I won't be a part. No, we won't be a part of it this year.
All right.
I know
maybe
should be.
Maybe in future years.
Future years, exactly.
All right, Mags, you got anything else? Is there anything else that you wanted to hit on your end?
No, I think I hit all my puns.
Yeah, immediately.
Those made the show.
So yeah, I went out on a high note, and then every time I talk, I'm just tanking it down. So.
Oh, okay. He's tanking.
But, yeah.
He's tanking.
That's why he was so quiet. I was waiting for him to chime in. He's like, "No, I'm still basking in the glory of all these puns."
Yeah. Yeah, you're still popping in the. You're still popping in the.
I never admit it because I'm so humble, but
oh yeah, the most.
Okay, he's the most humble.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know if there's anywhere else you wanted to take this, or if we hit what you wanted to hit.
I think I pretty much hit it. I guess I guess I could say this. One of the next like near future things we're going to be doing. I actually tweeted about this on the account. We're going to be releasing a very like just a one-page landing page. Of course, a landing page is 1 page, but it's going to be just a landing page, sort of outlining what the project is going to be, where people can go for like a bit of a resource. They'll be able to sign up for our email list. We're still going to run the promotions and marketing through emails, so I don't think email is going anywhere anytime soon. So it makes sense. Yeah. There may even be a section where you can download and read our white paper, which I think is going to be pretty cool. And there's going to be like a bit of like a roadmap or like a vision section. I don't really like saying roadmap. Everybody uses that. It's overused.
Yep.
So I'll call it a vision section, where we're gonna sort of outline our vision, what we see happening, why we're doing this, and just like I think we're gonna include the if we were building in 5 years from today, what would we be doing? And this is what we would be doing. So it'll sort of just repeat or regurgitate what I always say to people for the people that ask. It'll just like tell the story of like what we're working on basically, and that's going to be coming out soon. The domain name is going to be vision.rocketcentral.com. And yeah, the reason why I chose the name Rocket Central is because obviously our mascot's name is Rocket.
Yep.
And it's going to be a central place where people can go to buy and trade and just be a part of the economy. So it's going to be like our hub. Where you'll be able to throw Rocket's face around in the form of a token and in the form of popcorn, in the form of NFTs. So it's just like the place to go if you want to deal in Rocket, deal in popcorn, deal in Sizzle, like whatever you want to call it. It's called Rocket Central, and join Rocket Central. It's a blast, basically.
Is this going to be on the Meta chain?
No, you know what? I can't say that it will be. I didn't even look into that yet. So I right now it's a no, because I haven't personally looked into that, but we never know. It may migrate to that. It may evolve to that. I actually need to read up on MetaChain much more. I need to know what it is, more than I already do, which I don't really know much about it.
Yeah.
But I really got to read up on that. So no, right now, no. The answer is no to that, but you never know.
So to me, this, it sounds like this is a bit of a different kind of drop, where it almost sounds like people are able to kind of invest in your company.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. Basically, you'll own a piece because you'll be able to profit off of this if you play. If you play it properly and you're patient with the build of the economy and all that, you'll and if you own the right NFTs, if you have the right roles, if you're invested enough, the profits could definitely be there. So it's more than just like a ownership of like art, or just like access to events or anything like that. It goes much deeper.
Okay, so that's pretty cool, because a problem I have with some people, it's like, people buy a pineapple. Yeah. When you're buying a pineapple, you're not actually buying a ownership stake in Secret Pineapple Society, right?
No.
You're just buying a JPEG from them that is said to have future utility. Yeah. But this, on the other hand, sounds like there is kind of like an ownership, like you're almost like buying a share.
Yeah, you are. You own a piece, basically.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because there's going to be an economy running this. So the value of owning that and actually being a part of the economy is just going to boost the value of that asset. And if you invest in the asset, it'll go up over time, once the economy is built out and there's actual trading going on or trade going on, economic activity going on.
Right.
Owning that is going to be very worth it.
So just out of curiosity, you don't have to tell us if you don't want, is there going to be more than one kind of character in this upcoming drop, or is Rockit your main
Rockit's
guy?
Still our guy. Every NFT is going to be him in some form.
Yep.
Yeah. Beyond that, I can't really say, but yeah, he's still our main guy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you coming on. You certainly sound motivated, and it's pretty exciting what you got going on. I'm definitely looking forward to whenever you release the white paper. Certainly giving it a look and follow along here.
For sure. Yeah, I can't wait till it's out there. I want the feedback. So yeah, like I said, I think I said this before we started chatting officially. I've been personally working on this for almost a year now. It started like the idea came to life, not the full idea, but just like the concept of doing something came to life last end of November, December. So it's creeping up on a year of this, coming together, which normally takes not long, something of this magnitude. So
certainly.
I can't wait till it's real.
Is your team, like, do you have a team, or is it mostly just you like running the ship here?
You mean the Theta build that we're discussing, or just entirely?
In general.
In general, no. There's a team doing a bunch of things. We have social media manager, we have partnership managers, community manager, designers, support agents, affiliates, kernels, poppers. Then there's myself. We have a couple people doing popcorn production, shipping of the actual orders. So no, there's a nice sized team already. But when it comes to the build on Theta, the one that we're discussing, that's mostly me. I'm sort of managing the project.
Okay.
Look, I'm not like a super expert with it, but I guess I'm making it work with what I know, what I think I could do. And eventually, I guess, somebody that's a little more smarter than me and I guess more talented is going to take over, but I got to get it going. So yeah, I think maybe that's why it's taking a little longer, because I had to learn everything from zero, and then learn, apply. It's sort of that process, and also make mistakes while I'm at it. So yeah, but no, in general, we have a great team behind it, and then for the project here, it's just me.
Well, kudos to you, man, because a lot of people wouldn't even give it that chance,
Yeah, no, you got to take risks, right? And that's the risk. You got to risk your time. You got to risk not working out, and most of the time
it risk failing too.
Yeah, risk failing. Yeah, this may not work. It may crash and burn. It may just be some idea that I have that doesn't work out, and then I'm back to square one again. But I think it'll work. If the plan is good and the developers know what they're doing, it'll function. It'll definitely do something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to following along for sure, and getting some popcorn, definitely.
For sure. Always that's 100%. Always needed. Popcorn's always needed. So yeah.
All right. Well, Dev, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
I hope
pleasure.
You had a good time.
I did. I had a blast.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
I love talking. I love talking about this. So.
And honestly, if down the road or whatever you have stuff that's going to be coming out and you want to come back on, feel free to just pop us a note, and we can get you back in. And
I'd love to.
If there's something we can help out with as far as getting other people to hear what you got going on, we'd be happy to.
Okay, for sure. We should do a Twitter Spaces one day.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Yeah, we should definitely get on a Twitter Spaces.
Okay.
That sounds cool. Yeah.
Do like a regular Spaces. I don't know. Like, you guys should definitely do that. You just have like people on all the time, talk about different projects. I think the community would grow tremendously if you did that.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a couple ideas bouncing around. So
awesome.
See how it goes.
Love to hear it.
Cool. All right, man. Well, good luck with where you're going with this, and we definitely we're rooting for you, dude.
Okay, awesome. Talk to you guys soon.
All right, man. Take care. Have a great night.
Take care, Steph.
All right.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a treat at feedthecat.theta. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Kyle's Hot Tub.